I'm Wes Lee, and welcome to this New Year edition of the Mesonet Weather Report. After such a warm end to last year, it's easy to forget that we should be in the coldest time of the year. How warm have we been? How about the hottest December ever recorded for Oklahoma? The December average monthly temperatures came in somewhere in the 40s in the northwest and the 50s in the southeast. Compared to the Mesonet long-term average, those numbers were 9 to 12 degrees above normal. This shattered the past record warm December month by a whopping 5 degrees. To put that number into perspective, remember how cold the past February was? It only came in at about 10 degrees below normal. When you factor in the cold February and the warm December, it sort of cancels each other out when you look at the year as a whole. The calendar year departure from average shows a very small 0 to 1 degree change from normal. For those heat lovers out there, don't worry, the warm weather will return this weekend. Next week's forecast from the National Weather Service shows the La Niña pattern will continue and likely give us more warmer than normal temperatures. In fact, they will likely continue to be mostly warmer than normal for the next couple of months. Now here's Gary with more details on the rainfall and drought situation.
Thanks, Wes, and good morning, everyone. Well, as Wes talked to you about the warmth in December, unfortunately, that also came with one of the driest periods on record in the western half of the state. And so drought continues to explode across the state of Oklahoma, both in intensity and coverage. Let's take a look at the new drought monitor map and see where we're at. Okay, well, it's not very pretty. We do have basically the western half of the state covered in severe to extreme drought. That's the darker brown and also the red. Across eastern Oklahoma, we do have some areas that are just moderate drought, if that's a better way to put it, and also abnormally dry, and just a little tiny bit of far east central Oklahoma with no drought at all. So the amount of extreme and severe drought has exploded over the state over the last 3 to 4 weeks, going through that warm December and also dry December. And this is a long time coming. We do see the consecutive days with less than a quarter inch of rainfall map from the Mesonet. Basically 2 months over much of western Oklahoma, and then as we get out into the western panhandle, 3 to 4 months plus without at least a quarter inch of rain on any single day, and that certainly adds up to problems. Let's go back to just before that streak began. It was due with the water year. That starts on October 1st, 2021, runs through January 4th. It actually runs through the next September 30th, so we do see since that October 1st time frame less than 3 inches over much of the western part of the state, less than an inch out in that western panhandle. The good rains occurred over in east central and down into southeastern Oklahoma, a little bit up into northeastern Oklahoma. But as you go west from there, it quickly drops down to less than half a foot of rainfall over that time frame. Look at that as a percent of normal. So what would you expect over that time period according to normal? Well, again, over much of that western part of the state, it's less than half of normal through that time frame. And of course, as you get into some of those extreme areas, you get down to less than 25% of normal over that time frame. Again, the only good spots in the state would be over there in far east central Oklahoma and scattered about across parts of eastern Oklahoma. The rest of the state just out of luck since that October 1st beginning of the water year. Well, the warmth of December certainly didn't help matters. We've calmed down a little bit, but the damage was done, and now we just need a good rain. Temperature doesn't matter as much now. We just need lots of good moisture. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.